All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Welcome back, Ed, Justin, and Gabe.
Hey, everyone.
Hello there.
Hello, hello.
We'll give everybody a minute to join, then we'll get started. And we'll continue talking to Gabe about the H2C. I can't wait to get your pictures this week from just from the H2C.
Yeah, I only submitted one set of pictures. They're from the H2C. It's a 6-color print.
Nice. Hey, Tim, welcome back to the stream. I'm excited to see them. I got a sneak peek a little bit, and they do look pretty cool, so it'll be interesting to see it. Does it have a good time-lapse camera and light in it and everything like the H series? Because the X1C was cool that it had a camera, but you had to put a little mini sun above it to to see anything in there.
This one, I'm guessing, is the same lights they use on the H2D or an H2S. It's a lot brighter than the X1C.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the X1C, my son's X1C is brighter than mine.
Really?
So at some point, we got them 1 year apart. So I got mine in 2023. Yeah, when was it? Yeah, 2023. No, November 2023. He got his on December 2024, and it's a lot brighter than mine.
Interesting.
I have my 2X1C. I have a riser that I printed, and I have on top of the riser a AMS, and in between the riser and the glass, I put a light, one of those lights that round lights.
Mm-hmm.
You just plug in, so it was easy just to plug it in, to place it on top. And
Yeah,
have
I
plenty of
did. I
light.
did something similar, but mine, I had a LED strip light, a Philips Hue light that I wasn't using, so I just put it on the riser.
But did you put it
Yeah, I'll
in
have to
the inside?
compare. Sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, did you put it inside the
Yes.
printer or?
Yep.
Mine, I didn't have to do anything. I just put it on top of the glass. So there was no modification inside of the printer itself.
Well, I didn't have to modify the printer because I put a riser. Then the riser had a spacing to put in the cable, and I just glue it with double-sided tape around the riser.
Yeah.
So it's not on the printer itself; it's on the riser.
I see.
Yeah, I'll have to compare my two X1Cs because I got my first one when they pretty much announced it. When they had it for pre-order, it wasn't the Kickstarter one, but it was a few months after that. And then the newest one I got came from Best Buy about 6 months ago, and I think the light in it is brighter than my original X1C.
I always had, before I got the H2D, I always had like a studio light that a set of them was like $200. And I just used one of those and I just set it on top of there and just, because it has adjustments for like the color temperature and the brightness or whatever. So I just got it perfect to where it was like the perfect lighting for the time lapses or whatever. And I just left it up there. And it was good for the longest time, but since I got that Sunlu thing, I took it off of there because I didn't want that Sunlu thing resting on top of that expensive light. And man, when I look at the H2D versus the X1C, it's like looking into a dark cave
Yeah.
versus looking at a bright stage or whatever. It's so funny. It's like night and day difference. like night
The,
and
Oh
day
yeah,
difference for
the H
literally.
series,
the
the H series is so much better finish, I would say, than the X1 or the P1 series.
yeah, I agree.
And then the A1 Mini, like they shouldn't even put a camera on that thing.
Yeah.
Like that thing's so cheap. And it's got a frame rate of about 1 frame a minute.
Did you
So
see
it's like,
Creality came out with a version, and also another uh, 3D printer came out with another version of the A1. It looks very
yeah.
similar,
Yeah, I go.
but
Yeah, it looks just like the A1. The poop shoots on the other side. I went over that in the
yeah,
news. The
yeah,
interesting thing there is it comes with a free year of the
yes,
Creality Cloud membership, which
yeah.
is
I
a
saw that.
$80 value. So it looks like they're
Yeah,
trying to get people sucked into a $80 a year thing to print on their. Just when you thought Creality was turning things around, they go and do
yeah.
something dumb.
So they
I
have a
hope.
cloud and they charge you $80.
So that new Sparks, watch the news segment I go over it, the Sparks i7 or whatever, it looks just like the A1 Mini, except the poop shoots on the other side. And the little AMS thing looks way different. But when you go to read the fine print on it, it says comes with a free year of Creality Cloud membership, $80 value. So it comes free for a year. So it
I
looks
would
like you're
guess
gonna
that that's
have to
probably going to.
cloud print, and then they want to get you for $80 a year.
I would guess that they're going to then dump that once they find out that it's not popular enough to pay money for.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why
But
would you do that? Like,
well,
everybody that's smart enough to work a 3D printer, and I guess they're trying to get it. But again, I don't think it's easy enough for just average consumers to do it. Like most of the people that are smart enough to use a 3D printer know that you can do this stuff over a network or on a SD card, and you don't
I don't
need
know.
$80 a year cloud thing.
What
Just when you thought they
there's
were doing something good.
there. I saw YouTube today that the state of Washington is coming out with legislation that is going to force the printer companies to have a system that they can effectively monitor what you're printing. The government is. So, and the speculation is that they want to make sure that and it's not only for 3D printers, it's also for lathes and anything that uh, you add to or you subtract from an item. And the speculation is that, and this is Washington. Apparently, New York is doing the same thing.
I'm
So
guessing for weapons.
exactly. I mean, that's the implication that they want to make sure they control. But if it's weapon, it's something else. And but in any event, the issue is what uh, Bamboo Lab has it very controlled, right? What they do, and the speculation was that Bamboo Lab will be able to do that much easier than anybody else based on their system. So we'll see. Anyway,
Well, part of the reason for that, and I don't know how doable it is. I haven't tried it, but I know there was several groups that were in the firearms that were 3D printing suppressors.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, again, this is all speculation, but supposedly those things work just as good, if not better, than the metal suppressors that you can buy for like $2,500. And when they start, getting bad, you just 3D print another one.
Yeah, so for 50 cents, you get one.
Yeah, and if you have it on an SD card,
but the legislation is going to prohibit a manufacturer to sell in Washington D.C., not in Washington D.C., Washington State, and supposedly New York has similar legislation. The printer has to have that feature. If they doesn't, you won't be able to sell it there. So All I'm saying is we'll see what's happening, and I can understand Washington State and New York that are because of the gun control, et cetera. They want to put all these controls in place. I'm sure California is going to follow, and you're not going to see that in Texas or Florida, but in states like Washington State and California and New York, you might see that.
And from what I know of what they're doing there, or there's talk of that, but it's not real. Or but how could you possibly word something to solve what you want to without shutting down the whole industry? And, and you can easily throw a couple 3D printers and go over the border and make it an effectively junk law.
Oh no, the issue, there is legislation in Washington State already that were drafted. The YouTube that I saw, this guy from, it's a YouTuber, a 3D print YouTuber from Washington State. He talked about the actual legislation. He read part of it in the actual YouTube video. If you want, I can actually look for it and copy if you want to see it.
Yeah.
It's not very long. It's about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, but more than likely, that's not going to go anywhere with the courts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different issue. He talks about it. He says this could take, but then the issue, if they pass it, then you got to do it. You got to present it to the court. And it's going to take years before it's finally decided to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of the United States might turn it over, but who knows what's going to happen in the local courts in Washington State. How long is it going to take for it to go up? But anyway, that's a side comment on the issue of the cloud computing. That's the reason why I mentioned it.
I don't think that thing has any legs on it. It's good for people to talk about, create content,
Yeah.
make commercials on,
effectively
but I don't think that has
fake
any
news
legs.
with a real component.
Well,
Yeah,
But
they'll never
I
be able
agree
to
with the
police that.
statement that you need to be vigilant on stuff like that to see.
So what I think will come out of all of that is the 3D printer manufacturers will start to put something in their little smart things that can detect whenever you print those type of things. I don't think that they'll ever get anything passed to where you're sending your files to the state. Number one, it infringes on all kinds of stuff, which right now I don't think really matters, but eventually it might again. But number two, who's going to be monitoring all of that?
Yeah.
They can't monitor all that.
And
who
you
are
can't,
they going to,
even
who's
with
going to,
AI,
and
you
who are
can't-
they going to, who are they going to so it would be way easier if and I have heard snifflings of that from some other folks that I've talked to in the industry, that there's things like that are safeguards from printing certain things like that. So I think we'll see more of region locking of printers or what have you, kind of like they region lock different FCC devices and FAA devices or whatever. So if you're in a certain region or whatever, then it's going to activate this other thing. So if you're in Washington, that thing's going to be activated. If you're in Texas or Florida, it's not going to be activated or something like that. And then
there'll
if
be
you're in
hacks to
Europe,
bypass.
it'll probably be double activated or triple activated or quadruple or whatever, you know what I mean? So I think that'll probably turn into something more along like that, because number one, you're infringing on all kinds of things, and then just number two, logistically, how would you even do that? And it would just make more sense to have a little bot on the machines, because they all, in order to do multicolor, you have to have a little processor in there, because it's too much G code for just a simple thing to read. So there's enough processing power on there to notice certain things like that. So I would imagine that'll come out of it in the next couple of years, is we'll see little bots on there that'll be region locked that won't let you print certain things, or certain printer manufacturers may say, you know what, we don't want you to print that junk on our stuff, and nobody owns
Yeah.
anything anymore, so they'll lock it down.
Yeah, I'm not saying that this is going to be a national legislation because that would never pass on federal perspective. But I'm talking about states that are like Washington State. Like I said, there is the bill. I mean, I just copied the link if somebody wants to see it. I'm
Yeah,
not that
but
I'm
there's been a
concerned one way or
bill
the
for
other.
all kinds of nonsense that's never gone anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it gets approved, they're gonna go to the courts, and one wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised that it ends up in the Supreme Court.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course. The question is how long
like
does
I
it
said,
take? The
it'll get
question,
whittled down, and they'll negotiate it down to having a little bot on these things that won't let you print a sign or a suppressor. That's what it'll
Yeah,
all
well-
whittle down to.
Yep.
we'll see.
And so is this
Anyway.
the suppressor we're looking at?
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, we're looking at the first print. That's
Yeah,
that's my,
but what I'm joking that you could make it look like something else, and it would
Oh, sure.
bypass the suppressor or
Yeah, you
algorithm.
could make it look like a Labubu and put the
There you
barrel
go.
up its
Yeah.
butt.
yeah.
Look at the squirrel.
Yeah, that's exactly a squirrel. That's a big squirrel. I printed this for my granddaughter and my grandson. I printed two different colors. They're fairly large, actually. It
Yeah,
took
they
like
look pretty big.
yeah, they're fairly large. It's over a foot long.
And
Uh,
it's all print in place, and the legs
Yeah,
are
printed.
splayed out to the side.
yeah, exactly. They print with the legs spread out, and the only thing that it has a brim around it, and that's the only thing that I was a little pain in the neck to take the brim out.
And
They
you
printed
probably
the-
didn't need a brim because it
Yeah, no,
looks
but that's
big.
exactly. You didn't need it, but the default setting when I imported it came like that with a brim. And I printed it the way it was set. I didn't modify it
I
at all.
can I can tell you I always print flexies with a brim whether they come with it or not, because all it takes is that print head catching just once, and because it's a flexi, it'll move the head or it'll move the body or it'll move the tail,
Mhm.
and then you ruin the entire print.
Yeah,
Yep.
So I always put a brim on flexis, but I make the brim like, if I'm shooting at, 0.2 layer height, I make the brim with a brim spacing of 0.35 or
Mhm.
something, so it just barely hangs on, but it's enough to keep it from that print head usually snagging and ruining the print.
but it printed.
The biggest problem I see with a print like this squirrel, it looks so cute and looks so realistic, is your grandson might go up to a real squirrel and
Put his finger in his mouth, huh?
yeah.
And we do have squirrels around here.
You should see if they try to fight it.
Yeah, hey, I'll put it outside and see what happens.
See if they try to
The
throw
cute
down
squirrel.
with it. Or see if they bring it some nuts or something.
I printed two different colors, and I like the one on the right better than the one on the left. The more
Yeah, the
like
brown is a very nice color.
yeah. They're both brown, but they're different brown. The brown
Yeah.
on the right is nicer, I think, than the one on the left. But they printed okay.
It's a
I
cool
printed
model.
one in the H2D, and I printed the other one in the X1C, and there was, of course, much waste in the X1C, and it took about 4 hours more to print on the X1C than the H2D.
Oh, they look really good, both of them.
Yeah, they came out great. That's a really good model. The eyes are really lifelike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get the eyes in there?
It's all printed in place. I mean, I didn't put anything in
Yeah?
there. Yeah, it's all one print.
I don't see any layer lines on the eyes. I thought they were marbles or something.
No, 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 no. That's how it was all printed.
Huh.
I'll see if I can find the link, and I'll just copy it if somebody wants it. They can. Let me see if I find it here.
The feet look too big.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
But that's nitpicking a great model. So
Yeah, it almost looks like a Matt Myers make model, but I know it's not.
It's a flexing something. Let me see if I find it. Hold on. When I said it print in place, the head, it's all print in place, but the head fits into the body and the tail fits into the body. So when you print it, it prints in one plate, but it's actually three parts that fit together. There's no glue
okay,
at all.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's got what I call snap nipples on them. They just snap into the holes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Can you zoom into the
Yeah.
eyes? Because I'm not seeing any layer lines in the eyes. Especially, are those white reflections or are they?
No, it's just
They
little
look like
pieces
they're
of
No,
white.
no. Yeah, that's white. That's white.
Yeah.
It printed a little bit of white. I put the link there
Okay.
if you want to open it up.
No. Now I see it. It just then the black and the exposure of the print and made it so it looked like they weren't. And nice crisp difference between the black and the white there.
Yeah. They both printed pretty well.
Oh, that Hue Forge turned out great.
Yeah, this is from the new Avatar movie that came out. I think it came out in December, 2000 last December. There's a couple of them that I printed. That came out. Yeah, I think it took like, I don't remember. I think it's like 4 hours to print that.
How many colors was that?
I think it was 5 or 6. Red, yellow, Cajun, Cajun, what do they call it? It's like a blue.
Cyan.
How do you pronounce it? Cyan.
Cyan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Black and white, whatever that is.
Huh. Very nice.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the best Hue Forge I've seen in a long time. It almost looks like a UV print.
Yeah. Let me see if I find it here, and I'll copy it.
Yeah,
And
even zoomed in, looks really good.
Yeah. The same individual has all the ones that I'm going to put up now. There's like 4 of them, I think, in total are from the same guy or girl. I don't know what it is. Same designer. Let's see.
Something I haven't seen is a Hue Forge that's been relieved. And meaning, raise the height of some of the layers.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
And I think a Hue Forge would look really cool if you adjust the layer height of some of the interior layers and giving it more of a 3D effect. Where this has a good 3D effect because of the shading, but if that's probably an 1/8 inch thick, the print that's there.
Thin. Yeah, very, very thin. It's very thin.
And realistically, you could it get really complex to be able to do that for any given thing, but you could modify one layer to be thicker and modifier another layer, and all the thin and layer blending layers are just on different heights.
Yeah, but you would need to do a lot of trial and error for that to work properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be too complex to make a viable for anything.
When you're creating it, you can tell Hugh for how big you want it, how thick you want it. But yeah, it wouldn't be. That's actually that's not entirely true because I did one with an airplane that it looked a bit more 3D. It wasn't completely flat.
Yeah.
This one is a bookmark, actually. It's small. It's about 2 inches in width and maybe 5 inches tall, 6 inches tall, 5, 6 inches tall. But it's a bookmark. The other one was fairly large. And
Did
there's
your
another
book
one
get wet?
I'm sorry?
Did the book get wet?
Not yet. There's
it-
another one from the same
With
guy.
this movie, the book burnt up.
Let me see if I can find this one also.
Yeah, this one turned out nice too, and again, great color choice, especially in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turned out
this one
awesome.
has our yellow eyes. The bookmark that we saw before had gold instead of yellow. Had gold, but this is yellow.
Yeah, I mean the Hue Forges are getting better and better. It seems. I remember when they first came out, it was mainly just black and white and gray. But man, does it sound like it's chewing the heck out of the nozzles.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers in that.
Yeah, but it's hardened. I mean, those nozzles last forever. Hardened steel nozzle, they last forever. It's not like the old brass ones that we used to use.
Yeah.
I used to have to change them like every month. Now I change them like once a year.
I'm assuming this is another bookmark as well.
Exactly. Same size as the other one. This is all of them. I think are from that movie that came out last year.
Yeah, I did actually an interesting test. I forgot to take pictures of it, but I created just a single color bookmark and put the hole in it, for the tassel. And then after it was done printing, I took it over to my UV laser and laser engraved the name on it, full size, from top to bottom. And it turned out amazing.
I want to see one of the tool changers that can change to a laser. So in mid print, you could laser something. That would be really cool.
Like a cut and print that they're doing with the UV printers and lasers now. Except you have to have two different machines, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and I recognize there's lots of problems with that, but theoretically you could replace one of the print heads on a printer with a laser and have it dock and use a laser instead of a.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
all
sure.
three of those are awesome.
Yeah, they're excellent.
Great color choices again. Great color choices.
Yeah, that Nateri one is just amazing.
Yeah, they look really good.
The little one's printed about 2 hours. This one took, I think, like 4 hours something. There isn't much different in time in these type of print if you're using the X1C or you're using the H2D. The print time is not much different one to the other, just because you have two nozzles or
There's not that
because
many color changes.
exactly. You start with black and then you go into another color and then you go to another color. So you have like 6 changes. So it's not that.
Yeah, really, really good prints. Really, really good. I never watched these movies. The only reason that I know these exist is one of my drones is the DJI Avata, which is Avatar minus the R. So every time I look up something for my Avata, it shows me nothing but this Avatar nonsense.
I've seen some of the. I haven't seen this one, this new movie, but in Orlando, what is it? Which park is it? They have the Avatar ride, and it's to me the
Oh,
best ride ever
Really?
that's Animal Kingdom.
in Animal Kingdom. It's the
Yeah,
best ride
so
ever.
they have two different rides. I've only been in one of them because they closed the park before I was able to get into the other one. But they just have a whole area for Avatar, and it's just
Exactly.
really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to go at night. If you
Yeah,
go during the day,
everything looks cool. I just never watched the movies or been inclined to or whatever.
No,
All of
So
this
the
stuff
first
looks cool, but
the first movie I watched it in 3D in the theater, and it was an amazing movie. The second movie I saw it at home, and I wasn't really impressed. It's not bad, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
okay. Have you been to the ride that you actually are sitting like in a motorcycle? It's supposed to be
That
one of those. Did you
yeah,
go to that one?
that's the one I couldn't make it.
Oh,
They closed in front of us.
You got to go back and I've been there maybe 6, 7 times. I've seen it like 6 or 7 times. To me, it's the best ride ever. You feel like you're flying. You're sitting on
Hmm.
this. It looks like a motorcycle, but it's one of those birds, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. And you're in this. You have this giant screen that you feel that you're flying. You're in there. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. You got to go see it. I've never been in a ride as nice as that. I mean, it's
Just after the second movie came out, I met James Cameron.
You met him?
Yeah, at a convention.
Cool.
that is cool.
It's amazing. To me, that's the best ride I've ever been on. First time I saw it was a few years ago. I went to Orlando because there was a hurricane coming down to South Florida. So I went north, and my mother was staying with me, and we stayed at a hotel up in Orlando. And then the hurricane came through Orlando, and we had a little bit of debris around. But the parks opened the next day, but I couldn't come back to Miami because I didn't have electricity in Miami for a week. So I stayed in the hotel for a week. So I had an annual pass back then, and I went to the park and I asked the one of the people who were working there in front of the ride, because there was a long line, even though the hurricane just passed by. And I asked him, "Is it any good?" He said, "It's the best ride ever." And I'm glad I stayed because that's all I did all day. I think I went like 3 times straight. It's fabulous.
Yeah, I don't have
Anyway,
passes anymore, so I can't
no,
go. But
I haven't had a pass now in several years, but this was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Mhm.
It was before the pandemic.
Yeah, my pass, we let it expire end of November 2019. So then the
Yeah, well,
pandemic hit and we didn't get it again.
yeah, well, my case was similar to that. Uh,
So
this
Tim
is
asked
this,
what these were printed on. I believe he was referring to the Hue Forge. I'm guessing those were on your H2D, Ed?
they're both. I printed on the X1C. I printed all except the one that had the uh, all these were the X1C and two different X1C, and then the other one I printed on the H2D, but
This
they
one?
print the same.
For those that don't know about
That
what
one.
HueForge is, it's a software that takes a photograph and converts it to a 3D print, and it mixes the colors by making very thin layers.
Yeah. Now this is a Maker's World. Uh, a Maker's World. These are a Maker's World, so they already have the all the G codes. It's already ready to print. So you you can bring the slicer, modify if you want, or just send it to print if you want to directly after you download it. And these were printed right off of the way they designed it.
Yeah, the hard part about the software is getting the right amount of colors
Mm-hmm.
and then getting them on the right layers or whatever. And that's what's nice about the people that upload when they get those right or whatever, uploading them to Maker World. It's really handy because that's the hard part with the Hue Forge. It's pretty
Exactly.
good at getting pretty close to it or whatever, but that's the little hurdle
There
that you
is
got to
some
get
talent
over.
left to it.
Yeah. There's it's not just it is drag and drop, but you got to do a little bit more to it. And man, when you get it right, like these, like all the little details are on the right layers and all of that. So somebody spent some time making these right or whatever. But man, when you get them right, they're just gorgeous, just beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's like if you weren't in 3D printing and I don't know what people think of these that don't know about 3D print because they look
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
could
Sure.
look great for 3D prints, but for a high quality print, they can look good. But there's some style in it that makes it a good print.
Yeah, then the color choices that you make and all of that
Right.
also tie into all of that.
Yeah, I've had that Hue Forge software for 2 years now, and I have yet to open it.
So I
I've
have
probably
it,
done
and
20 things with it, but same.
yeah, I have it. I have tried it multiple times. I don't think I have had really good results like those for avatars. I had decent results, but I have never been able to do something that I can say, wow.
Yeah. Same here. It looked really enticing, you know. I had visions of sugar plums dancing in my head.
They need some AI in there to set it all up because like oh man, it is a little bit it's a bit of a learning curve and it is a little bit frustrating to use the software or whatever. I messed with it one time. I messed with it for a few hours and like really tried to figure out all, and I figured a good portion of it out, like all the little layers and everything, and then putting the right colors in the different layers, and then importing all the Bamboo Lab colors in there so you had the right color in there and everything. So you have to tinker with it quite a bit, but if you put in the time, you can get pretty good at it. But the hardest part is setting up the layers with the color, and then the second hardest part is the selecting the colors. Like
Mhm.
getting
And
all the right
selecting an
colors
image
to
that's
get this
friendly
is
to
hard.
the process.
But cool
Yeah,
prints. It's been a
if they
while
ever,
since we've seen some good Hue Forge. Go ahead.
yeah, exactly. If they, but to your point, if they ever add AI to HueForge
Oh, it'll
to where
blow up.
it will select the colors, I mean, that will be a game changer for the software.
Right now there's some new applications that Bamboo has on their suite of applications. Some are to actually make they're AI generated, but with a picture you can actually create a statue. I think some are bobbleheads, other are little statue of individuals. If you want to have an individual or a dog or whatever, by just importing a picture. And there's also, I think, some similar to HughesForge. I haven't used those yet. I don't know if anybody's used it. I plan to.
I did use the one that is sorry, similar to HueForge. It's not as good as HueForge,
Okay.
but it's free.
I tried the
Yeah.
little model one like a few months ago, I think, and when I dragged something in there, it was struggling with it. So like, I was like, no, this ain't good enough yet. So I haven't gone back
So
in
you
there and
broke
messed
it?
with any of the. Yeah, I broke it with just some simple stuff. So I was like, yeah, it's not ready yet.
And the problem with
I
that
have-
stuff is when you try it and it doesn't work, oh, I'll try it again in 6 months. And what triggers you to try it again?
I have used ChatGPT uh, um, a few months ago, actually, and I think I uploaded some of the print, and I talked about this. My grandson likes to watch a program which is called Grizzly and the Lemmings, and I couldn't find any print that actually had the 3D of the grizzly and the lemons. And I got through ChatGPT to give me the G-code G-code files, and I downloaded it to Bamboo Lab and Slicer, and I sliced it and I printed it, and they came out great. It came. I mean, at first it wouldn't allow me to. I told them what I was looking for, and it wouldn't allow me to because it was copyright. And I said and I said this is for me. I'm not selling it. It's only for me. And it finally gave it to me, and I printed it. And go back, I can look for it. It was like six months ago that I uploaded it, and it came out great. And I also did a couple of dogs. I did a copy of my son's dog. It came out when he was a puppy, and it came out great too. But all AI
Technically, it's
generated.
illegal to even and print it just for yourself. You don't have to sell it, but your damages, it's not worth anybody pursuing you.
Yeah, well, maybe so. I mean, maybe so. But that's like saying all the Star Wars, all the stuff that we print that people upload. And I mean, nobody has. I mean, I don't sell anything, but all those are copyrighted, generated cartoons, right?
Yep.
So it's the same thing when you download it and print it, then you ask AI, but ChatGPT wouldn't give it to me. I mean, I had to say, hey, this is for me, it's for my grandson, and finally it gave it to me.
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole because I just printed a Super Mario for someone that I'm gonna give it to.
Well,
I don't want the
printed
FBI knocking on my door.
There you go. I printed Super Mario. I printed, I printed thousands of stuff from every character out there. Anyway, this is just I saw this in Maker's World, and I just went ahead and I printed it. I got tired of carrying a bunch of bags every time my wife arrived with the groceries. And
Yeah, I was going to say, if I had this when I was a kid, I would have used it because it looks like you could stack about 10 grocery bags on that thing.
Exactly. So I printed two, one for each hand, and I used it already yesterday, and it works great.
Yeah, my issue with these is I've printed several, and I always forget to use them, so I end up carrying the bags on all my fingers anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
let me
printed
just say that the problem is not this, it's you.
There you go. These I printed in uh, PTG, so I could leave them in the trunk of the car if I wanted to. It should hold up. It's not PLA. It's strong. It's actually very strong. Anyway,
And I printed something on PLA, and I had it on the trunk of my car for like a year until and finally we hit like 115 degrees here. Then it
yeah,
kind of deformed.
yeah, I can imagine that.
And my car was parked outside for multiple days without even opening the doors because I wasn't going anywhere. So it
Mhm.
finally deformed.
Hmm.
ASA, ABS would be another good filament to use here, or one of the carbon fiber filaments would probably be good to use here as well.
Or glass fiber.
Or the glass fiber would be good too.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for those, Ed. If you liked any of those prints, be sure to smash the like
Thanks,
button.
Ed.
And let's take a
Very
look
nice
at
work.
some H2C prints. Gabe, tell us about this one. This one's awesome right off the bat. This one looks really
Oh,
good.
beautiful. That's
Yeah, so
beautiful.
that's an old Flexi Factory model from 2 years ago or so. And I never printed it because on the X1C it was going to take me 1 day, 18 and a half hours
Wow.
because of all the color changes. And with the H2C, it took 19 and a half hours. So I saved almost a full day.
And also the swap. I mean, you hardly had any waste, I assume.
I put a picture of the waist at the end. So this is 6 different colors.
Those
Beautiful,
are nice wing colors.
beautiful.
Yeah, so that's a matte rainbow. I can send a link if someone wants to see it, but
What,
I don't have it near me.
that red has like tones of red and orange.
No, so I think that the orange, the red is just the bamboo silk plus red.
Okay.
I think it's
Candy
reflecting
red.
the orange from the legs.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay, and also in the head, in the top of the head,
yeah. The top of the head is also the same.
the reflection.
Well, I don't know,
Wow.
but it's the same color. It's the same bamboo red.
Yeah.
How many prints
What?
was this? Or how many plates was this?
Just one.
Just one?
Print in place, right? Print in place.
Well, the wings
The head
print
and beak?
separately, the head prints separately, and
I
I
see.
guess the beak prints separately, but everything fits on the same bed.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I think it's like 5 inches tall.
So those feathers are printed separately, and you just click them.
No,
Lock
the
them in.
feathers print with the
With the
part that holds them, with the wing that
wing?
holds them.
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, they're on that one, the far side of their wing.
and
Yeah.
and the feathers in the back they print in place as well with the body. So the
Wow.
legs they print also with the body, but they're facing going so that the body. I guess I should have included a picture of the plate so you guys could see it, but I didn't.
But I tell you that red with those tones of orange, it looks like there's more than one color there.
No,
I
but
thought it
that's
was yeah. Okay. Wow.
yeah, that's the silk plus red.
Now, is that Flexi Factory or is that something else?
Flexi Factory, yeah. It's a model they released in 2024 at some point in
Beautiful.
2024.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And did you check how long it would have? How much did you say it would have taken in the X1C?
One day, 18 and a half hours or something like that.
And I can imagine the extra poop that you probably had. Almost a full spool of.
Well, I can tell you right
Material?
now that let me open it and slice it. I think it was like half a roll of poop.
Wow.
But
And that's all you have
I'm gonna
now?
open and slice it. What was that?
What are we seeing here?
I'm not
That
looking at my
red looks
browser.
like a real red poop from that bird.
That's the amount of poop
Okay,
from that print.
okay. It's strange poop, actually.
Yeah, but
The way
that
it
was
printed.
yeah, that's the amount of poop that
What size
I
nozzles is that?
it's point 0.4. I'm not sure why it looks like that way. Might be me zooming in with the camera, but
Yeah, but why would you see the small orange filament and the large red or white filament?
beats me. No idea. But the nozzles is the point 0.4. Yeah, the white looks bigger. I only use 0.4 for everything, so you look at the green, it's also
Well, look at
Yeah,
the
they're-
red has two sizes on it too, so and the orange isn't consistent
Mhm.
in
Yeah, but
size
that's
either.
how it came out.
So maybe the poop on the X1C is different than the H2D and the X1C because they don't look like the normal poop that you would see from at least from my printer, right? It looks like each nozzle probably poops differently. Like the H2,
they're the
the
same
H2,
size, so they should poop the same
really?
way.
Well,
Yeah.
the H2D poop compared to the X1C, X1C, the poop is much. I'm sorry, the H2D is much more concentrated and it's very small, compact compared to the X1C. I don't know if you've noticed that, Len. Have you noticed it? The difference in the size of the poop. So I'm wondering if the poop on
the
the
purge volume.
So so I just have a hole cut in my table. It goes directly into a trash can. So I haven't seen
Oh, you don't
poop
even
in
look at it.
months.
You don't even look at it.
I
No,
don't even
I
look
have.
at it.
You don't look after you wipe?
No.
Yeah, I have to say that red and the white almost looks like a .6 nozzle.
I know.
Yeah.
Width.
But it's
That
not.
would make sense. Why?
It would, but I don't have. Well, I guess I do have them in the box because they came with the printer. I think that the printer came with one, but I have never installed it. So those
Are you
are
sure?
0.4, 100% because the printer wouldn't allow me to print with 0.6
it
and
would
0.4.
cry like crazy if you had different nozzles in there.
Well,
Okay,
it
so
wouldn't let you, right?
with the X1C, it would have been 1 day, 22 hours to print
Almost 2 days.
versus 19 and a half hours.
Wow,
With,
50% of the time.
Yeah.
And the waste would have been.
So the waste would have been 351 grams, 1,117 filament changes.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it came out great. It's a beautiful print.
Yes, it did come out great. Great
Beautiful.
trace. Great filament.
Yeah,
trace.
beautiful.
Then I'm gonna upload, since I have it sliced here, I'm gonna upload a screenshot of the plates so you can put it in on the screen so people can see how it actually prints.
A gorgeous print too.
That's a cool
You print-
one. Is that a T light inside or a disc light?
Wasn't this one last week?
Yeah, this is from last week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I guess Len, and that's G9 LED bulb inside.
Yeah, it's a beautiful print also.
Yeah, but that one is from last week. I only submitted the one that he just showed.
Nice.
Yeah, really cool. Thanks for sending in that picture. of the H2C. Go ahead.
Len, I just submitted the screenshot, so you can see it under screenshot of the slicer for the X1C, so you can see the place how it prints.
You decapitated the bird.
Doesn't look anything like the
No,
when you put it
but
together, right?
yeah. So the everything that's showing on purple is the rainbow matte filament that I used.
Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful filament you use.
Yeah, I'll put on the link so you guys can see.
The
which one
rainbow
it is.
filament works so good with that, with the
Exactly.
difference in height of the.
Yeah. Exactly. It was beautiful. I mean, those feathers came out great.
Yeah, and
Fabulous.
the pastel colors with
Yeah,
that
exactly.
silk
Exactly.
is great color combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was gonna work out as well as
No,
it did, to be honest.
No, it worked out really
Yeah,
great.
that
The
is
hard to predict.
contrast is really great.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway,
beautiful.
so this is the way it prints. So it
I
prints
see. I see.
some of the parts. So the feathers with the wings are just one part. Then the body with the legs and the tail. Then the head prints separately with
So does it print this? It doesn't print this by object, does it?
no.
Oh, it's not by object. Okay.
No, it just prints everything, which works great when you're doing the rainbow filaments, but it's because it keeps changing, and then the feathers pretty much have the same colors. And
Sure. Well, it's a beautiful print. Came out great. Fabulous.
Yeah, cool print. Thanks for sharing those. If you liked any of those prints, be sure to smash the like button. Let's move on to Justin. Let's see what he's been printing this week. And a print with those look like the red hots for eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
those
thought
are
I
just
saw a
little,
putty cat.
those are just little cats that we actually printed today. We printed it on my wife's H2D, and they turned out really well. They were printed at 0.16 layer height, so they're super smooth and super clean.
Yeah, no bleeding at all. Looks really good.
And the eyes look like candy.
Yeah, they look like the little red hots, those little candy
Exactly.
red hots or whatever.
Exactly.
Don't they make little heart red hots for Valentine's Day or whatever? That's what they look like.
Yeah.
yeah, it looks
Yeah, I
really
think
cool.
I printed 10 of these and on one plate, and it took 7 hours and 20
that's
minutes
not
or
bad
something
at all.
like that.
That's not bad at all.
Is that in Maker's World?
Yes, this is a Maker World model.
Cool.
Yeah. Very nice.
Which pink did you use for the ears?
For the ears, it was I think it was just the salmon pink.
Okay.
It was a matte. This is the SR-71 Blackbird that I crowdfunded from the same guy I get all my big planes from.
Yeah, that looks amazing. My son would love it.
This thing is huge. It is 30 inches from nose to tail and,
Oh, wow.
15 inches wide.
How many
Wow.
plates is that?
Technically, you could print it all on 2 plates, but I broke it up into different colors because I spread it across 4 different printers. The ones like the verticals in the back, I did those on the H2D because it was 2 color. and the rest of it was black. And then all the red areas are actually inserts that just snap into place. That's one thing about this guy's models is when he designs them, especially these crowd-funded models, they require no glue whatsoever. Everything snaps together, and it is solid snap. So this thing ain't coming apart very easily. Um, but I do add glue to it just to add some rigidity to it. But this thing is huge. The little drone on the back you can remove and take off. You can also print the body of the SR-71 without the holes for the drone, and you can have the drone separate.
How long did it take
Very
you to print
nice.
all
Nice
I,
detailed work on the model.
Yeah, he does an amazing job, and that's why I don't, mind throwing him some money for these. Plus, I have a lifetime commercial license for any of the ones that I do crowdfund, so I could print and sell them. But yeah, this one took roughly 8 hours across 4 printers to print the entire thing.
8 hours and times 4.
Right.
Okay.
So if
Oh,
you
is
just
that-
one printer, you'd probably be looking at 12 to 14 hours pretty easily.
Well, that's not that bad at all. I thought it was going to take 2 days to print. I mean, it's 30 some inches long, so
No, I mean it's all broken up into pieces. So now, like I said, his file is basically 2 plates, but then I go and I separate.
I see.
I'll do the rear engines on one X1C. I'll do the nose and the midsection on another X1C. The windows I'll do on the H2S, and then I just spread it out over several
Mhm.
printers so I can print it all in one day basically, and then put it together.
Mhm. That's right.
But you don't even have to have an AMS for this if you don't want. If you don't
Mhm.
have an AMS, because it's all parts that just snap into place.
Can you put it on
Very
some pen
cool.
for me?
Yeah, it's cool. Very cool.
But yeah, that thing is massive.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. My son was just in my office here looking at it and saying that it looked really cool. Now he's probably going to ask for us to print it.
I think you can still, on most of his crowd funds, even after they end, you can go on there and you can basically pay for the model. And I want to say it was I think this one was like $10 or $15, but
That's not bad.
no, and it takes roughly, I think with the filament and everything, I think it's roughly $15 to print, $15 to $17 to print. But I mean, you can, like I said, I have a commercial license for it, so I'm putting them in my shop for $40. So
I charge
Yeah,
more than
makes. Yeah, you should charge more than that, but it makes sense if you have a commercial license. I wouldn't be selling them. I would just be printing once or two once my son breaks it, so he can play with them.
yeah, and I can look up that crowdfund for you, but I'm pretty sure it's still under the crowdfunding. It's just on the late pledge, is what they call it after the crowdfunding's done.
Okay.
And I want to say it's like $10 or $15. Now this is just the drone on a carriage that he designed. So you can take the drone off of the plane and put it on this little carriage thing that is supposedly accurate to what was actually, part of the real plane. So,
Mhm.
Actually, it is. I have seen that in the museum.
and I've seen an SR-71 in real life at the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center in Hutchinson, Kansas. They have an actual SR-71 in the lobby of the building. So I've seen it, and it is amazing.
I've seen two. I put my hands on the little tip or whatever at Pima County Air Museum in Arizona,
Arizona.
and then I saw one at the Smithsonian in DC.
Yep.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
have a
get to
really-
touch that one, but I touched
So,
the
so
one
I
at
have
Pima.
I have a really good picture of the one in DC.
I heard that somewhere around 50% of the world's titanium is in those planes.
Yes.
So the funny thing is that it is Russian titanium.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I saw
bought
YouTube
through
the
a
other day
shell
about
company.
Yep, yeah, the CIA bought it.
I saw YouTube the other day that was talking about that. I never heard that before.
There's no
Yeah,
way
that-
it's half the titanium because like we
No,
can
it's
get
not.
titanium. Like
Or that's what the
there's
museum.
got to be a lot for dumbo Lenny to be able to get some. Like there's got to be way more than that.
Yeah, my car has a titanium exhaust.
Or maybe it was the titanium in the world at the time. That
At the
had
time,
the
could
money.
be that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe.
That I would.
Yeah, I think that's
Wow.
a better statement.
Yeah, my iPhone
Then-
from last year was made from titanium.
That's what
Well,
the label
I-
said.
Well, the titanium
Well,
is
that's-
used for medical screws and implants and
Sure,
stuff like that.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm partially a Terminator.
Yeah, the plate in my head is titanium. Just kidding.
Well, I do have 4 titanium screws in my back and 2 plates, so I'm
Okay.
partially a Terminator now.
There you go. Oh,
But no, really great.
He'll be
print.
back.
Really fun to put together and super simple to put together. So I highly recommend his crowdfunding. If even if you don't buy the commercial license, if you just get the model itself, it's definitely $10-15 well spent.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah,
model.
I'm looking for that one right now.
And I assume that that's a seam in the middle of that one. The little
Yeah,
one?
that's where it snaps together, and I had actually put some glue in between there, and I didn't clamp it down tight enough when I put the glue in there, so it started to separate a little bit, and that's why you can see the seam better than
Yeah.
you can on anything else. But you can see where the glue kind of seeped out a little bit.
I found that it really works good on things like that to give it a light sanding, basically sand off the surface texture of
Yep.
the build plate before you, not necessarily to make it smooth, it just to get rid of all the bumps and high spots.
Yeah, on the planes, I normally try to use the smooth PEI plate, but on this one, I just ran it through what I had in the machines, and some of them were the textured PEI plate, and that was a mistake, obviously, because they're not going to perfectly match up, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
These are little flexi Frenchies that I found on Maker's World. Just printed up a couple of those and printed a couple different colors. One is the bamboo blue gray, and the other one is the bamboo mocha cappuccino matte.
Just little guys.
Yeah, they're little flexies, about 65 millimeters in length.
Their eyes are about to jump out.
Yeah,
That's close to reality on those Frenchies.
Yeah, I actually have a real Frenchie, and he doesn't look anything like this, but it's pretty funny.
That is funny. That is funny. All right. Well, thank you for sending those in, Justin. The SR-71 is awesome. hopefully we'll see a couple more of those on the next stream, or at least one.
Very
I'm
nice,
assuming.
Gabe.
Cool. Very cool.
All right, and then last but not least, we have Robert. So tell us about your spool contraption here. Just kidding.
It's a desiccant holder for a spooler, and I designed a tab that allows you to cut the RFID off of a old spool, and then you put it in that piece. And go to the next picture. I think the next picture describes it well. It has all the pieces. So
Now, when you design these, Robert, do you design them in Fusion or plasticity or
I designed them in SolidWorks.
SolidWorks?
I've been using SolidWorks for 30 years now. Oh, and I've made a change to it, and I'm almost ready to publish the new change, and it'll stay on the. Currently, when you take it off the spool, it opens up the filament, but the new one has an extra door to keep the filament or keep the desiccant within the filament or
Got it.
within
Yeah,
the main
'cause the
container.
only way you could change it, like if this was for longer term storage or whatever, the only way you could change it is you have to take the whole roll apart. Yeah, that's a good idea. So now you just have a door where you can change the desiccant with the roll together.
And you still have to take it off the spool to change the desiccant, but if I'm changing it from one roll to another, or you don't necessarily have to dump the desiccant.
Got it.
And the other advantages of this is you can only put in the RFID or the RFID tag or the NFC tag on one side, but depending on which side you put it in, then it's only read on one side in the AMS.
And I'm assuming you would coordinate the color of the spool that you're putting it on with where it says PLA, like that's currently white.
Yeah.
Like if I would do red, and then I just make sure I use my red RFID tag.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm planning on doing. I should be posting these on Maker World in the next day or two.
Looks like a great design.
Yeah, really cool.
Well, the other thing I noticed, and I just got back from a vacation a few days ago. Oh, and about a year ago, I showed a picture of something I saw in a store of 3D printed tchotchkes or various things, and it was still there a year later in the same store.
That's awesome.
And what that's really meaning is that they're selling enough to make it worthwhile to keep that stand around. That floor space isn't free. So
Yeah, I've seen a couple stores that have sold 3D prints. Not Walmart or Target or any of the big boxes, but some of the smaller stores. And they're I mean, you can tell they're 3D prints, but they're like packaged, in bags and everything, just like you would see from a big manufacturer, and people buy them.
yeah, and what I saw was a octagonal bin, and it was 3 foot tall. Well, that was actually only a foot deep and had a bunch of 2-inch character flexies in it. And you could buy them for $3 a piece. And I thought it was an interesting concept. Nothing I'm interested in doing, but and it was a interesting data point.
All right. Well, that's all the photos that we have for this evening. Appreciate you sending those in, Robert, and we'll look forward to seeing those on your Maker World. I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. There will be a video tomorrow, and I'll see everybody then. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Good
Take care,
night.
everyone.
Take care, guys.
Good
See you
night.
later. Bye. Bye-bye.